Birinci Dünya Savaşı'nda 8 cephede savaşlar veriyordu. Bunlar Kafkas cephesi.
I'm here at ANZAC Cove. We're on the 25th of April 1915. The Allied powers landed after trying and failing to capture the Turkish straits, such as the Dardanelles. And it's here that marked the start of the Gallipoli campaign, a brutal, bloody, and ultimately pointless battle that culminated in over 500,000 casualties, both on the Allied side and on the Turkish side. A few points to visit today, so we'll rip into it. And once the Allied powers landed, they initially made very little headway, and you could see why, as the Turkish powers could easily defend up on high of these cliffs. This peak here, affectionately known as the Sphinx. Of course, you can kind of see it resembling the Egyptian Sphinx, and of course there's no way getting up that. So why invade the Ottomans? Well, of course, the Ottomans were part of the Central Powers, that is, friends with the German Empire, and if the Entente Powers, which is Great Britain, France and Russia, could control the Turkish Straits, and of course Istanbul, which was still Constantinople back in the day, it could control its ports, and therefore control any goods and materials going back and forth into the Black Sea. Of course, another main concern was to relieve any pressure on the Russian Empire. Well, this is a real remnant of the war, a living and breathing trench leading into a bunker or a pillbox, whatever you want to call it. Unfortunately, that's not opening. Look at that. Looks like a Kiwi has been here. A little bit of taste of home. Up here you get a good idea as to how rough this terrain really is and how tough it was for the ANZACs to make any leeway initially. You know, up here you would have had Turkish snipers, artillery, machine gun. The ANZACs took heavy losses, and in fact some battalions spent 270 days entrenched on the beach before even moving. Look at this. Really not the best place to mount any kind of offensive, right? Eventually, although slow, progress was made, and I'm standing here in an ANZAC made dugout. At one point the Turkish forces were only 270 yards away, which goes to show how close quarters this campaign was fought at. You can see right next to such a sheer drop off. One false step in these dugouts could lead to certain death. I'm here at Walker's Ridge Memorial. Another 91 buried here, 48 are Kiwi, 12 unidentified. And there are 31 war memorials scattered around the peninsula. 14,000 bodies were unable to be recovered. It's my mind that this operation, or this campaign, should never have happened. It was hastily put together. There was poor intelligence, poor maps, and the British had a sense of arrogance about them when it came to thinking about the Turks. They underestimated them. I mean, the Turks knew this place back to front. It was their homeland and they were going to defend it. And as such, the British sent their men, our men, Australian men, to the slaughter. Over 2,700 men from New Zealand died. That may not seem like a lot, but for 1915, that was a significant loss. The silver lining, I guess, is that it awakened a sense of national consciousness for New Zealand and Australia as a way of breaking away from the empire. These men died for their country. In the end, it's just a really sad state of affairs. And of course, when you're in battle, you need water to survive. And what a slug it would have been to bring these massive tanks up these high hills. And who brought them up? None other than the Māori battalion. Well, I could bang on about the ANZACs all day. But of course the Turkish suffered heavy casualties during this campaign, and this is a memorial to the 57th Regiment and the names of over 1,800 soldiers who were killed during the operation. They were here from the moment of the landings to the moment that the Allies evacuated. I'm crouched in an ANZAC trench, and get this. I am now crouched in a Turkish trench. This is how close these battles were fought in these trenches, about 15 to 20 meters. Classic World War I, a pointless, bloody meat grinder. I'm here in Lone Pine, which is the site of a major skirmish between the Australian and Turkish forces. Over the course of 5 days, 2,200 Australians lost their lives and over 4,000 Turkish forces lost their lives. Stands as a greater memorial to Australian forces who passed away during the Gallipoli campaign. Over 8,700 of them. And as tradition, when I go on these, pilgrimages, got to have a bear ski for 'em. Hey big fella, you alright? Stay safe, okay? Don't forget to look left. And that's it for today, and with a heavy heart, that's it for my overseas trip. Had such an amazing time, wonderful experiences that I'll never forget. I hope to, continue on this channel in some capacity down the line in the future. But for now, I'll see you guys back in New Zealand. Can't wait to see you all.